So, who's out there? Who's out there? Welcome to Art and Chatting. I should change this the stream to like Art and Hands or something like that, because we definitely are a hands-on live stream. Welcome to Art and Chatting. I am your host, Maria. And as you can see, we have something that is, it's in the works right now. And we will be working. We will have a Finish Him stream tonight. We will be finishing Mushu, the crocheted Mushu that I have been working on for several months now. We are going to be finishing him. You guys are going to see the back side of how I crochet a couple of things here. I do have for my gong, because Mushu has a gong. I'm going to be working on that tonight with you. So thank you for stopping by. I hope you guys like the stream. I hope you subscribe to the channel. If I hope I earn your subscription today, and hit the notification bell down in the description below right there. Anyway, I hope you guys like this stream. So what are we doing? So I have Mushu here, right here. So that is Mushu. Well, sort of. I mean, you can't really see him. Hopefully, if I do get to finish the two things that I have left to crochet, I will be moving the camera, and you guys will be seeing how I sew this sucker together. So what are we going to do? We're going to be doing some Mushu's ears with 2 yarns tonight. I have my red yarn. It looks kind of weird on the camera, but bear with me. It is very, very red, and I will be posting photos of Mushu finished tonight when I finish him. So I have several things I have to finish him. I have to finish sewing on the belly, the yellow belly that has segments on it. So I'm going to be finishing that, not on the stream, but definitely I'll be finishing. And then I have his crest. I have his horns here that I did do today, and I finished it. So, and it's Memes of Destruction, the hero of words. Welcome, Memes. We are going to be finishing Mushu. It's a finish it stream. So, okay, I will not ask. But I hope I make your day with this here. You're going to be seeing crochet finally. So I have my 3.5 millimeter. I do have my 9 millimeter. Do I have my 9 millimeter? Maybe I have my 7 millimeter somewhere here. Hey, well, this is my 7 millimeter. Cha-ching! It's my 7 millimeter. But we're not going to be working with that. I'm more demure. It's going to be more demure. Now that it's so trendy, demure is like... So we're going to be seeing how I do my crochet. So I have my 3.5 millimeter. I have my scissors here. It's so cute. I know. I know, Memes. I know, that's why I said it. So, yeah. So let's get going. Let's get to it. I hope with this stream you guys relax. I hope you guys have something to finish. Finish him, kind of like Shang Tsung, who tells him like, right, finish him. So that's what we're going to be doing. I hope you guys are having a wonderful night. I got some stuff I gotta tell you guys. It's pretty funny. Something that happened to me yesterday, not last week, yesterday. So the news is, I do have some news. So I had a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Sorry. So I had a interview yesterday. An interview for the Toronto International Storytelling Festival for a festival producer. So some people already knew about this. What I didn't tell a lot of people was how fast they got back to me. which was okay. I mean, okay, that's fine. Um, so now I have to do 7 crochets. So they got back to me very quickly, and I was able to land a interview yesterday. And I have to say that I did not like how the interview went, and not because of my part, but because of the questions that they asked. These questions that they asked were um, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, were very, very broad. They were very vague. And you know what? And in the end, they were not human. I felt like it was like a chat GPT kind of question. Um, they were very complicated questions in which I could not, like, at one point I had to ask people, the interviewer, to re um to repeat the question. It's like, I'm sorry, could you repeat that question? And she's like, yes. And then she repeated it, and I still didn't understand it. And unfortunately, that put me nervous, and it also gave me some like really bad um, start off points for a concrete answer. And that's the point. I felt like I didn't give a concrete answer because these questions were like so. mm, they were just so weird. Anyway, and one, I gotta do 6 crochets here too. So it was interesting because I felt that it was off. Like the questions were a bit, like, they were very broad, they were very elaborate, very complicated to even understand. So today it was like I felt like I didn't do a good job at the interview, but that's fine because I wasn't really rooting for this job. It was just like, okay, if I get this job as an art festival producer or a storytelling festival producer, that's something under my belt. It's very nice. It's a 6 month contract, so it's not a permanent job. It's just seasonal. It's not a really, really good pay. So, but in the end, it's like, okay, well, I have like a storytelling, international storytelling producer title experience under my belt. But the interview did not go as I had like wanted it, because I gave like very, very broad and very vague question that answers. And another lady who was there. So there were 2 people in the interview. Well, 3 of us, like me, the interviewer, and a third person who was writing down all my answers, which I personally did not like. But anyway, I didn't say anything else, but I didn't like it. It's like I think I have I don't know, a right to like not like it. Anyway, um so today I spoke with my boss, who's a wonderful person, and he knows me, like, as the artist. And oh, that's 2 increases. Sorry. 1 and 2. So I told him, I was like, what happened here? Like, why? So I told him, it's like, I had this interview for this position. He knows that I'm looking for something also in the arts industry. And it's like, why are you giving why do people give like these elaborate questions that are so broad, and they're like, why can't they just tell me in simple English what they want to know and ask me that question? So we were talking about like 15 minutes. This was like right after work, and he was off, like he was already leaving, and I'm like, sir, can you like stay for I have a question. So we were talking, and in the end he like put his finger on it, and he's saying, well, 2 things. One thing, that people are afraid of asking like the wrong questions, and they can get like sued and things like that. I'm like, okay, fair enough. For those of you who have just dropped in, I'm telling you that I had an interview yesterday for storytelling festival producer, and I'm narrating now my personal story. I'm a storyteller. I have to narrate. So, um, So and in the other one, he says, well, sometimes it can't be really human. And I'm like, you put your finger on it. Those questions were not humanized. They didn't feel human. They felt lifeless. It's like, why can't you just ask me in simple English what you want to know? And he said, you're probably right. What they probably did was, and I'm not saying that they did it, but it's very likely that they got Chat GPT to, form 5 good interview questions. Oh, good evening, Logical Spark. Glad to see you here. We're working on Mushu. I'm actually showing you how I crochet, how long it takes to crochet just an ear. So, um, so I asked, he told me, it's like, well, they probably got, ChatGPT to tell them a question, like 5 questions for this role, and they just launched it to you because they're afraid of one, asking the wrong questions, and then 2, they're afraid of not being fair for all the interviewees. So they want to have a standard question for everybody. And I was like, well, yeah, but it was just like so oof. It was like, and I said, you put your finger on it. It wasn't human, and I felt it. It was like it was cold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nope. And he said, well, that's probably what increase in this last. Okay. And an increase here. Um, and but yeah, so that was kind of like that was very strange, very vague. So, oh, Nobe was actually doing knitting. Okay, well, this is crocheting, which is different. There's a big difference between knitting and crocheting. Crocheting is just with one single thing and a hook, and all you do is a bunch of loops. And knitting is like 2 or 4 things. It's like crazy. So yeah, it was an interesting thing. I'm not rooting for the job, but it's like you could feel that it was an AI question. It wasn't. It didn't feel human. Anyway, lovely ladies. They were wonderful, and they were just trying to do their job. But it was kind of like very sad in that sense. So now the pattern says I have to single crochet 7. Okay, 1, 2. Huh. Let me just count how many stitches I have because I should have 17 stitches. So this is the problem here. And stunning and brave Megatron! What's up, my good man? I am here working on Mushu and I'm getting distracted. It was let me count how many stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So it should be here. I should have 17. That was weird. Okay, that's fine. So that's an issue. Should have 3. So it's 1, 2, 3, and then 6, and then 2, and then 7. So that's 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 2 increases. 1 and 2, and then 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and that's fine. Okay, that's very strange. It should be working. There are 2. Okay. All right. So this is good. All right. So anyway, I'd love to hear your input on this. it was a very strange, like it got me nervous. I have to say, it really got me nervous. I wasn't nervous in the first place because I was like, oh, well, if I get it, great. If I don't get it, well, that's okay. Because it's a really big jump. But the questions just blew me. Like, it was like, oh my gosh, how do I answer this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Hey, Duna Dan, what's up, my good man? I am working on Mushu right now. I'm working on his in fact, I feel like I don't know why, but oh, that's why. My chair is like super low. There we go. Now I feel like I'm on top of things. Hey. All right, so I'm working on Mushu. Mushu is down here. I don't know if you'll be able to see. Oh, that's my Lego set. There he is. So there's Mushu that I have been working on, and I'm going to be finishing him tonight. Yes, everybody loves Mushu. Mushu is like the best character. And let me tell you something. I have a friend from Argentina. There you go. Just working on my camera. Who nicknamed me Mushu. It's so funny. So we had an increase here. Increase means that it's 2 single crochets in one thing here, and then I have 1 single crochet. Oh, 2. Okay. 2 single crochets, and then I have an increase here. So that's 1 and 2. Hello, Mrs. R2, the Eke. That's so great that you guys are working here, are staying here. I hope you guys can see this. Maybe if I turn this off, you can see it better. Nah. No, you can't really see it. I'm sorry. The camera's not really working. It's not a really great camera anyway. But it's good enough, and it's really useful. I really do like this camera. It's just like it's not working with the yarn and the color. But I am working on Mushu. I'm working on his ear right now. You know what? I'm gonna put on a little bit of music. I got this one, which is called Sovereign. So yeah, so ChatGPT and interviews. Anyway, that was my little story for this week. Had to 8 crochets, 3, 4, 5, 5, and 2 loops. 5, 6, and now I work here in the chain. 6, 7, and 7 and 8. Then I chain 1 and turn it around. But yeah, so we'll see. I think people are going to they're going to get back to me soon, as in next week. And to be honest, I was like just name dropping because, okay, modesty aside, I do know my people, like really amazing people in the storytelling world. So I was just like name dropping. Oh yeah, because I know this person and this person and this person, and this person was my coach, and all like these big huge names in the storytelling world. And the fact is, like, I do know them and they are my friends. I think that's why they answered back, because of the connections that I have. And I was like, oh yeah, and the storytelling, the International Storytelling Festival in Edinburgh, they do this and this and this, as if I had been there. I haven't been there. I wanted to go this year, but I wasn't able to. Let me count. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Perfect. 9 single crochets. I have to increase here, then 2 single crochets and increase. So that's and that's something that I learned. What you do is people hire you for your connections, not because of what you do. I mean, sometimes it's what you do, but it's mainly who you know, not what you do. And that's just kind of sad because there are so many great professionals out there. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, Mrs. R2, how is R2 doing? Please tell us. Please send us, big huge hugs to R2. 9 and 10. So that's it. That's and I hope you guys all have been having great weeks. Now I just gotta go around. I will say that I'm going to have a week off next week. So next week there will not be any live streams. I will be away from the internet in general. Just a huge disconnect from everything. So, but I will be back on the week of the 2nd of December. Starting off new projects, hopefully. So be sure to tune for that. And I think I'm at 299 subscribers tonight. Please check if how much I am. I was hoping to get to the 300 by this stream, but I think I only got to 299, which is fine. It's like, it's okay. For a person who doesn't really who only live streams every week, that's not bad. It's actually not bad. All right, so we have, there it is. There's part of the Mushu's ear. Now I'm going to be working with, oh, it does say cut and, okay, but I don't cut the thread until I start with the new one. So we're going to be finishing here. So now we're going to do the black part of the ear. Switch to black in the last row of the 6th loop. Oh, okay. So, oh yeah. Okay. So I do have to fasten off. So it's not the whole thing. So how do I fasten off? I usually just do a slip stitch like this. This is a slip stitch. I do a chain here, a loop. And since I will be sewing it, I just cut off. So there it is. That's how I fasten it off. That is okay, so it says in the pattern, by the way, this pattern is amazing, but it's like Google translated from Russian. So sometimes it's like so weird. But I've learned how to navigate that. So it says we're going to change to black. And says in the last row of the 6th loop of the edge, fasten the thread and start from the 7th loop. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here. So it says fasten here. Like so. If anybody, I hope you guys are working on some sort of project. I love how people, work alongside me. Okay, so, oh, slip stitch. Okay, so I fastened it. Then I'm going to do a slip stitch, which is this. That's a slip stitch. Come on. And then 4 single crochets. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Then it says an increase here. Increase means it's two single crochets, and then in one stitch, and then 2 single crochets on. Oh, that's I just did an increase right there. Thank you all for tuning in. Watch hours are super great when you guys tune in. So thank you so much. Hit that like button, that notification bell, so you guys won't miss, when I do some live streaming, surprise live streaming. 4 single crochets. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then it's 2 slip stitches. So that's 1, 2. There it is. See? So it finishes basically right there. And hello, Miss Mutton Muses! So lovely to see you. I am crocheting finally. Like the geeky crochet is crocheting on her live streams. Isn't that great? Okay, so in the second loop from the beginning of the row, it says slip stitch. So that would be here. And 13. 1, 2, 3. So basically it's just all the way around. 4. I do like to count. 4, 5. And this black yarn is so fickle. Ooh, I lost count. So that was the slip stitch. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and then a slip stitch here, and then I chain 1, and then I turn. So I slip stitch now. Yeah, from the second loop here. So basically it's just like decreasing on this side. So I do 10 now. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then I slip stitch, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, slip stitch here. And then I chain and turn. And then I slip stitch here. And then do 8 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then I slip stitch here. I think I'm getting the hang of it. Okay. And now I do another slip stitch here, and then 11. So that goes all the way down. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it goes down. 8, 9, 10, and 11, and slip stitch here, like that. Now it says move the thread to the beginning on the other side and tie. What part of machine? This is the ears. If you look at it, these are the ears that I'm working on. But this pattern is like weird because now it says move the thread to the beginning of the other side. It's kind of like this. They want me to do this. Nah, I'm just going to leave it like this because you know what? I get to decide. Yeah, I'm just leaving it like this. You know, no one's going to know in a sense that it doesn't really matter because this is my personal, this is my trademark. It's like I get to decide what goes and what does not go. There it goes. So there it is. There is the one of Mushu's ears. I'm going to do the other one, and then we're going to do the gong. And the gong, I'm actually going to wing it because there's no pattern for the gong, which is, no. I mean, where's my 9mm? So yes, I was actually, sorry. I just saw memes retweet, or I was just showing everybody that I do have a 9mm. No, I have a 7mm. There it is. That's my 7mm. I'm only using right now my 3.5mm. I'm not using my 7mm. I can hear his thoughts already. I love Mushu. He's one of my favorite characters of Mulan, personally. He's like so awesome. And Eddie Murphy was just like perfect for the role. So memes, did you see your post? Did you get to see your mail? Thought you started with 3.5mm. I did. I started with my 3.5mm. I like to be demure. I said, okay. When can I ask then? So for the record, everybody, I did do a giveaway for 3 beautiful bookmarks that I hand painted, and 2 of the lucky winners were in the chat, or are in the chat right now. So I sent them on their way back in August. So 2 of them have received their beautiful bookmarks, and 1 is still yet to get. When I get back, started back today, then my card. Oof, ouch. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. These are called chains. So we're going to do 6, 7 single crochets on the chain. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I chain 1 and then I turn it around and we're going to go back 6 single crochets. This is the second row here. Oh, I'm so sorry about your car, memes. I hope you get it fixed. Please let me know. Then we have 2 increases here. So for those of you who don't know me, who are just tuning in, I am the Geeky Crochet because as you can see, I love to crochet. And amazingly enough, I have not crocheted on this channel for many a months. And until finally, you know, I have been able to, I'm going to be finishing Mushu today. And some of you are very proud owners of my creations. And just so you know, that really, you know, brings so much joy to me because I love how my art, you know, inspires, how my art is loved by so many people. It's what artists do. 1. Right. 2. 3. 3. 4. 5. 6. And 7. There we go. Okay, so I have 7 already. So I should have 17 stitches around. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I should have 2 here. Does that look like 2? It looks like 1, but let's keep counting. It's like it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Perfect. Perfection. So we chain 1, turn it around. And then 7 back. 2, 3, 4, and then 7, and then increase here. 1, 2, and then 2 single crochets here. 1, 2, and then an increase here, and then 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we go down to the chain. 6. If it actually wants to go in. Sometimes these things are fickle. 6, 7, and 8. Chain 1 and then Okay, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One increase here. 2. And then increase here. And then 10, which will get me to the chain. 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you go down to the chain, 8. 8. Oopsies. 8. So when I have these little issues in which the yarn doesn't want to go in, I kind of poke it just so I know where it goes. So for example, it should go here, here, and then there. 8. Just to loosen it up a little bit. There we go, see? 8, 9, and oopsies. 10. There it is, 10. Here we go. Now I just go around. So tell me, how have all of you been? Oh, I have to say, today has been a very, very also not controversial. It was a kind of like a, you know, it was a happy in a kind of, you know, not sad way, but it was just like emotional, because today I gave to one of my best buddies in the office, a beautiful, sweet girl, one of my succulents. Now, I've never really had a green thumb to say, and I can show you guys one of my succulents in a moment if you'd like. But these ones I've nurtured since a leaf, and it was like I've seen them babies and they've grown, and it's like, you know, you give them lots of TLC, you know, tender loving care, and you know, to part with it was emotional for me. I never thought I'd get emotional over a plant, to be honest. But let me show you one of them. I parted with Galadriel. So this is another one of my succulents that I do have. Look at that. Isn't she beautiful? Forgot her name though. But I've grown these since they were little leaves, and yeah, they're just kind of part of me. But I know I left her in wonderful, wonderful hands. I have no issues with that. Still, you know, it was like I was on the subway, and it was like, oh, goodbye, little Galadriel. I know you will be taken care of. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to fasten it here. And then a slip stitch here. And then it says 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So when I say that I don't have a green thumb, and it's very much true, it's not that I don't like plants. I do like plants, but everything, it's like you're talking to a person who her Tamagotchi would die like every few days. So it was like, I've never been that kind of person. However, I have been taking care of my succulents. I mean, okay, they don't need that much anyway, but still, it's like, this is emotional. For single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2 slip stitches. 1, 2. There you go. This one is going to be like this. Well, this one is going to be like this so that we have the 2 sides. But anyway, we'll get to that. We turn around in the second one, we slip stitch here, and then we do 13 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12, 13, and a slip stitch here. Oopsies. I hate this yarn. I do not like this yarn. Okay. Meme says, I have a brown thumb. Don't let me near plants. Oh, but they die on you? That's kind of sad, babes. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then a slip stitch here, and then single crochet, get over, and then slip stitch here, and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, slip stitch. We're almost done. We're almost finished. Whew. And here's a fun fact. Somebody else has now asked for a Mushu. 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's true. 7. It would die on me almost every day. 8, 9, 10, and 11. Oh, this one ended up here. So I'm just gonna do 5 here. It's like 1, just so that it can go a little bit down on the other side here. Again, this is my creative And then I'm going to push this out to the other side. So I have it on both sides. See? Oh, I can get rid of this. Here. So I just kind of measure it to see how it is. And there it is. Moose shoes, ears. All right. So that is done. Mooshu's ears are done, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. That is it. That is Mooshu's ears. That I'm going to be placing them on Mooshu right after I finish with the gong. So, because Mooshu is the one in charge of bringing the gong. He has no other he has no other job. Hey, Dag! What's up, man? I am well, thank you very much. I am finally living up to my name. The Geeky Crochet is crocheting. She's crocheting a Mooshu, which you will see in a few minutes after I finish the gong and the thing of that. So the gong, I'm going to kind of just wing it. I have done this before, so I've got some experience. I hope you're all well. I think Stig was we're gonna have some snow up where it is snowing already in some places. I know my brother who lives in Winnipeg, he's gonna have some snow this week. Dang, man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I'm excited for snow. Personally, I do like the snow. I don't mind shoveling. But I gotta highlight this. We gotta, oh my gosh. Poor man. So crocheting is a kind of slow, crocheting is kind of slow motion Spider-Manning. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Don't get me wrong. I love crocheting, which is why my here's a small trick, so I know where I started. That's where I got my I decided for my handle, but it was but it is a very, very slow process, so which is why I don't usually stream crocheting. But yeah. And Logic Spark says, here in Kansas, we don't get much snow. Oh, well, I have to say that it's kind of sad because I personally love snow. It's a, I think it's just so homey. I'm not going to say cozy because it's freezing out, but it's always nice. Snow always turns to ice here really fast. Oh, well, that's kind of sad. But at the same time, well, no, it's kind of dangerous because, you have your black ice and things like that. Where I live, unfortunately, we do not have that much snow, which is very sad because last year we did not have a white Christmas. I was hoping for it, but we didn't get any. It did snow a couple times, and I was caught in it wasn't a snowstorm. It was like a snowfall. One night when I was coming back with, I had gone to see some friends that night after work, and it was snowing, and it was so gorgeous. It's like I was walking like along my street it was like 10 o'clock, and I was like, I don't want to go inside. It's just too nice outside. It wasn't cold and it was snowing. Beautiful, beautiful night. That was back in January. we'll see what we get. And then unfortunately it was a warm winter, so we didn't get that much. I didn't get to do too much ice skating either. I do work in the downtown area, so we do have a famous like free rink in the wintertime. So what I would do is, to get some exercise, I would take my skates to work, and then during my lunch break I would like scarf down my lunch, and then I would just go out and like skate for a while, then go back to work. So unfortunately I wasn't able to do that last year. Maybe I'll be able to do it this year. Don't know, hopefully. But we'll see. So we didn't have that much. It wasn't that cold. It wasn't like cold enough. So as you can see, I'm doing I did what they call a magic circle. And what I'm doing is basically I'm creating the gong just by adding rounds and increasing. So that's it's just easy. Like I said, this is like kind of winging it. I do have to be careful because I do get lost a little bit. So for example, here I should have, it's like 1, 2, increase, 1, 2, increase, 1, 2, increase, 1, 2, increase, 1, 2, increase here. And then 1, 2, and increase here. So what I'm going to do is an increase here and then 3. 2, 3. Another increase here. So I just changed it up a little bit so that it won't look so octagonal or hexagonal. It's just a little trick that I learned through the years. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So also what I found out this week, a friend of mine worked at a real art cafe, and she gave me a pamphlet or like an invitation to a paint quest. So apparently this is art cafe, which I found like so interesting. It was such a great idea. Does like a sort of like a D&D style of paint, in which they team you up unless you go with a team, and then you, I guess, like you kind of play sort of like a D&D, but with a canvas, and you have to do challenges and quests in order to paint your canvas, which was really interesting. I'm definitely going to be doing that in the near future. It's like I really want to have that experience to see how it all works. I thought that was interesting. 1, 2, and then I'm going to increase here. It does sound like fun, memes, and I definitely want to do that. 1, 2, 3, oopsies, and 4, and then increase here, and then 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, increase, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to get to that comment stick in just a minute. Let me just finish this round because it's a little bit tricky because I changed the the order. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Increase and then 2. Because I did 2 at the beginning. And that is just a little trick for, okay. So I think the gong is it big enough? Let me just check with the arm. No, we're going to go for one more round, which is 5. Okay, so it says, Stig says, I will scar your psyche with D&D. So Stig and I are going to be having a campaign. Has kindly, he has kindly put together a side campaign for my new character, which does not have a name yet. But she's half ogre for a D&D. So I am super excited for this game. I really am. And the meme says, careful, you might turn her into Asmongold of D&D. And when she streams after D&D, her hands will tremble and the crocheting will be impossible. So let me tell you something, Stig. I'm going to give you a little hint here. So after reading this book here, okay, after reading this book, I'm not sure if you can, mess up my psyche even more. Oh, cool. I had a half ogre character on a pirate campaign. That's so awesome. So that previous book is a book that I got recommended from my book buddies. God bless their souls. But it's a very very gory book. It's a very explicit gory book. I had blood and guts and intestines thrown at me. So Stig, I'm ready for it. And meme says he got blown to smithereens when a ship full of powder went boom. Poor ogre. 3, 4, and 5, and then an increase. So that previous book, for those of you who don't know, I am a huge fantasy reader, not writer, reader. I love fantasy. I think it's one of the best genres out there. And one of my favorite 3, 4, 5. One of my favorite authors is Brandon Sanderson. I highly recommend his books. But yeah, I'm always open to reading, books. So if you don't have a lively imagination and gore and guts do not really affect you, the book that I previously showed is a very, really well written book. But I do give trigger warnings in a sense that it is very bloody. I mean, it's set, in a Viking world. How is it not going to be gory? And it's written by a guy. The guy's, this gentleman here does not have definitely does not have my sensibility. 1, 2, 3. So yeah, it's very well written, but it is explicit in their books. So meme says I re-rolled and the rest of campaign was great. Okay, I played as a Hutt in Star Wars D&D once. I used a flamethrower. It was fun until someone shot the fuel tank on his back. Fried bacon. I hope that doesn't happen to me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's an increase here. Two, 3, 4, 5. Another thing that I'm obsessed with right now is actually Zelda: Link to the Past. I have been playing it on and off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. It hasn't been, you know, a solid 2 hours. But I have been able to get, you know, get a little bit better. So amazingly enough, my eye-hand coordination is not great, which is probably why I suck at video games. But I've been having so much fun with Zelda. It's a great game. Zelda: Link to the Past is the 91, 92 version. Oh, it's just so fun, and I don't mind dying so much. I'm a very competitive person, so I do not like to lose. All right, so the gong is almost done. I think it's a good size of a gong. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make it a border at the over here. So here's a little trick. So I'm going to be doing the all the crochets I'm going to be doing in the back loop for those of you who know how to crochet. So unfortunately, I do have a free emulator which pauses every, I don't know, every 3 to 5 minutes of the game. So you're like all concentrated, and then boom, you know, it pauses because it gives you like their ad. So I do know the trick that if you haven't like ads, just turn off your Wi-Fi and your data and you're good, you're set to go. But this one is like an emulator that has to like this, they advertise their own app. And I mean, okay, fair, it is their app, and you know they've worked hard on it, but it's just I don't have money. I don't have enough money to pay for that app, you know. Some people would say it's like it's not that big of a deal, but for a starving artist, every penny counts. So but yeah, I'm able to play for a while. It's so much fun. I died like a gazillion times already, but you know what? It's fine. I don't mind. Every time I get better, so. So for those of you who don't know, I'm doing a back loop only single crochet around the gong, which will give it a nice border at the end, but I'm going to do it one more round. So 6 times 7 is 46, 42 stitches. So just one more. Oh my gosh, it's already 8:40. My goodness. So you see, crocheting does take its time. I've been at this for about an hour now, amazingly enough. An hour and 10 minutes. And I've only done, look, I've only done 2 ears, okay, and a gong. in an hour and 10 minutes. Now, imagine, I'm going to show you guys the crochet mushu. You're going to have to bear with me because I'm going to turn off the camera so you guys can see and you get an idea of how much time goes into crocheting and how much people are willing to pay for it. This is why handcrafted stuff is expensive. But it's also worthwhile because obviously this is this will last you forever. Okay, so the gong is done. I'm not gonna, so you can see when I did the back loop only, it made this little thingamajig, right? Like this little border. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to do it here. And what I'm gonna do is actually, I'm going to make the, where he holds it, right? So I'm just going to this is called chains. So I'm just doing chains here with my 3.5 millimeter. And like I said, I'm just going to wing it. So that goes there, right? Oh, what I can do, because this can go like this and just like that. But I have to measure it with his hand. Because last time it was like a very, very small. Yeah. So you guys can have like an idea of how the gong is. Yeah, that's good. So I'm just going to slip stitch it here. And that's it. That's the gong. Now I gotta do the handle, like what oof. Not that bad. Meeps, please. There it is. This is how I count my rows. So I just pull it out and then bam, it's done. I have to put these, I'm gonna have to crochet like so this is one way of, there it is. There we go. There's my gong. Right there. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the stick, right? He bangs the gong with the stick, right? So that's another thing that I'm gonna just kind of wing it. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. This is called a magic circle right here, because when I pull this, this closes shut completely. So that's why it's called a magic circle. It's one of the first stitches that I learned, which I do not recommend doing. But then again, it was tutorials, so like nobody said don't do it. Okay. 1, 2, 3. For just a minute, Memes. I saw your comment, but 5 and 6. So what do you mean by how many stitches does it take? For the magic circle, it really depends. For the magic circle, it could be 2, 3, like 3 and onwards. For the magic circle. For Mushu, on the other hand, it like takes weeks of stitches. Oh, so this magic circle has 6. I like 6 because it just kind of finishes off nicely. This one, yeah, for me it's 6. This is also a magic circle, but of 3. But it's really difficult to like close it off. So my ideal is 6 for just like normal patterns. That's just my taste. Like I'm very comfortable with 6. And then you kind of work with however. I'm asking for relevance of physics. Ooh, you got me there. I suck at physics. And then I suck at crochet. Have you even tried it? You can't say that you suck if you haven't tried it. I've tried physics. I suck at physics. Okay, so now we're going to do the... now I'm just going to go for rounds and rounds and rounds and rounds. See, it's like amazing how much time you spend in just this. And I have been working, I'm going to show you guys in just a minute. Okay, I don't think I'm going to finish Mushu. Like the gong. I want to show you guys how we're going to be doing the rest. So bear with me just a second for the last these 10 minutes. So I am still here, but we are going to have a little bit of a let's see how this works. I'm resetting my camera. Okay. You are about to see something very interesting. Let's see how this works. You guys ready? In 3, 2, 1, go. There it is. There's Mushu, and this is something you should have seen. Okay, so this is Mushu right here, right? As you can see, he has a needle stuck on him because I have been working on his belly. So we're going to be finishing that a little bit. but I just wanted you guys to see how this is going to end up. So we got the ears. And we got the horns. We got the gong. So gong goes here. There's the gong. Okay. Then we have, I'm not sure if the horns go before or after, but we're going to, so this is how I do, how I put together a piece. There. I feel like I'm doing voodoo. Let's say it's acupuncture. I'm sticking needles in Mushu. Obviously, all of these have to disappear before, sorry. All these have to disappear before I actually sew it on, because it's really difficult to get it done before that. However, I want you guys to see how I put together a project. Okay, so this one actually goes on the other side. And I know because I did, if you look here, I did two like longer ones. So this one should be like this, I assume, on this side here. So this goes on the other side. Thank you so much. This is a big ass Mushu. And it's not because of the pattern, it's because of the yarn. So there he is. Right? So I think what we can do is I can show you guys how I actually, work on these. So that gong goes. And what I'm doing now is I could leave it like this, but there are some parts that are actually, kind of open, like here, as you can see. So I'm actually just, let me pull this down a little bit. There it is. So what I do is I take my big ass needle as well. Sorry. And just kill my fingers, because my fingers, right now my two fingers are actually pretty swollen. It's just part of the game. So I go on to the other side now. So I'm basically just stitching off ouch. Now, have I ever bled? Yes. I've bled when I've done these crochet stuff. And unfortunately, I think my blood actually got onto one of the projects, and it was like horrible, because it's not that you can't wash these. I mean, yarn is very washable. This is acrylic, but it's so annoying. So for the art, yeah, you could say that a piece of me has been embedded into the art. So I just kind of like I may not even finish stitching it. I just want to finish kind of like the yarn that is there. And I want to make sure that it's nice and sturdy. So yeah, so my fingers, my two, like my index and my thumb on my right hand side, because I'm right handed, they're pretty swollen, and I feel like they're very. But yeah, I wanted you guys to see the last parts of how to put together a crocheted, project. Anyway, we're almost hitting to 9 o'clock Eastern time, and you know what that means. It means the end of our hangout together. I hope you guys learned something. I hope you guys have done something as well. I will be posting pictures of Mushu right here. There he is. I will be posting pictures of Mushu finished. I definitely will be finishing him tonight. I want to get this over with because this has been a project since September, and I am very much wanna, I don't want to get rid of him, but I do want to give him to the person who had commissioned him all the way back, and he has been super patient. Kudos to that person, really, because he's like, nope, that's okay. Just finish it when you want it. So there he is. That's Mushu, with his gong. I don't know how tall he is, but he is pretty tall. So just so that, like a reference, this is hi, that's me. This is my hand, this is my arm. And he's definitely bigger than my arm, so he is pretty decently big, So anyway, that's all I have for tonight. It is going on to 9 o'clock. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I'm just going to very quickly put back the camera now, as I bent it like all the way around. Kudos to this arm that I got, actually. And here it is. This is what we've been working on right here. A little bit of a, there it is. So my son's girlfriend does crochet, and she said you might consider compression gloves. She says it might help. Okay, it's true. I might use compression gloves maybe for the stitching, because that's where my hands do get a little bit swollen, because of the pressure that I use to put in the needle. I've never tried compression gloves, but hey, I'm open to suggestions. I'm open to ideas. Who knows? Please thank him. Thank her for the suggestion. Lovely. And so we are at the hour and a half of our stream. I hope you guys liked this stream. It has been a bit kind of a bit tedious. Because that's crocheting. I mean, that's how it is. You know, you don't sorry, there we go. It's very slow, but it's a very beautiful process. You've seen the almost finished project of Mushu. I'm going to bring in another project that I have. I think some people have seen her, but these are the marvels that you can actually do. I'm going to pull up the camera here so that you can see. This is Sailor Jupiter. This is another crochet project that I've done in last year. Like I said, crocheting you can do marvelous things, but it does take time. There is my little logo, the Geeky Crochet. I'm a big Sailor Moon fan, as some people already know. Not a big Sailor Jupiter fan per se, but I really wanted to do Sailor Jupiter because I just love the little boots. They're so cute. I just wanted to do that. That's why I did it. But anyway, thank you so much for stopping by, for hanging out, for being, for supporting the channel. I hope those of you who have just dropped by for the first time, I hope I earned your subscription today. Don't forget to hit that notification bell just in case I go on a surprise stream. Who knows what happens? And I will be taking a hiatus next week. So next week there's no stream. I will not be in town. I will be away, away from also social media. Just a big, huge break that I need in the year. And then we'll be back first week of December. We're gonna be doing some more art. I'll be telling you my adventures of how that interview went, if I got the job as a festival producer, or if not, who knows what will happen, eh? Thank you so much for stopping by, for hanging out. A big huge shout out to everybody in the chat, and I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your week and have a wonderful weekend. Stig, we got something, we're going to be doing a D&D campaign, and I'm going to be sharing that also, not on the live stream, but me sharing how that went. So without further ado, everybody have a great night, and I will see you on the internet. See ya. Peace out.